a lot of great innovation, certainly for where we're looking to make social change, and I suspect your transportation initiative is in the same space, wherever you've got some change required that involve social, cultural norms, this can often be where some very rewarding change can happen, but the hard to change has to happen. That's the distinction between the two. And it is super important to understand the distinction. And if I just summarize what these distinctions look like, I think you might find that this comes to life. Firstly, technical problems are easy to identify. Adaptive challenges are not just hard to identify. It can sometimes take years to identify an adaptive challenge correctly. They're also super easy to deny. Technical problems use existing skills, but they can be very complex. So a heart transplant is a technical problem. And the outcome is predictable. But on the other hand, adaptive change is where you've got behavioral, attitudinal, social, cultural change. You more often than not get unintended consequences. You know, there is an unintended consequence with coronary angioplasties that actually make things worse. You know, that was easy. I went into hospital for a day and I'm fixed. I may as well break myself again. And there's often some loss involved. Next one, as I've already said, the technical problems get solved by the authority or the expert. Whereas on the other hand, with the adaptive challenge, stakeholders beyond the power of the authority or expert co-create the solution. Number 4, people generally say technical solutions, cool, let's get it done, fixed. Adaptive challenges, people try and avoid the work. And with a technical challenge, it's often a single point technical solution, contained sometimes within organizational boundaries. Adaptive challenges, the solution's not known, I've already said, requires new learning, and is often a multi-point solution crossing organizational boundaries. Technical problems, solutions can be often implemented quickly and by edict. That means just tell people to get on and do it. Adaptive challenges, solutions take a long time to implement, can't do it by edict. And finally, from a leadership perspective, with a technical problem, you can make a promise as a leader. If you've got an adaptive challenge, you can't. It is a danger sport. Got the picture? I want to leave you with one thought on this particular tension that is the most important. The absolute most surefire way to innovation failure is to apply a single point technical solution to an adaptive challenge. Doesn't work. Probably the most famous single point technical solution applied to an adaptive challenge was in the 1920s in the United States, which was prohibition of alcohol. Didn't work. There are all manner of other single-point solutions being applied to technical challenges over the history of certainly the last 100 years that have proved themselves time after time not to work. So here's a tension. The tension is, it is so tempting as a leader to apply the single-point technical solution. Just so tempting. But if there is any kind of adaptation required, as a leader you need to provide the time, space, and leadership for adaptive change to happen. And that is a risky, difficult, and time-consuming task.